Hello everyone, Jay Whitner here with Crowdfunding Coverage. We do a monthly recap of what's going on in the crowdfunding universe. Today we're going to be talking about October of 2017, and our show is brought to you by Kickstarter Coaching and the Space Finance Group. In October, there were 4 big campaigns that all brought in over $1 million. Collectively, they brought in about 14 million bucks, these 4 campaigns. The biggest was called The Seventh Continent, and it raised over $7 million, which we'll talk about. But first, some news. Star Citizen is a Kickstarter campaign from several years ago that they raised over $2 million, which is a quite successful outing. But they've gone on since then, raising funds through their own website and other means from supporters of their platform. And they've now gotten up to a total of $160 million through their own crowdfunding efforts in conjunction with their start on Kickstarter, which, as far as I know, is the largest amount of money ever raised through crowdfunding techniques. So congratulations to the people at Star Citizen. IndieGo has a long history of crowdfunding. It's one of the 2 leading platforms, IndieGo and Kickstarter. And IndieGo is offering a service that they've been working on recently. And if you have a product that has successfully been crowdfunded, you can have ongoing sales through the IndieGo platform. This means you don't have to have necessarily all the infrastructure to have a website and a shopping cart and credit card processing and all that sort of thing. You can do all that through IndieGo. They're really starting to promote this more to try to get the word out that if you have a product that was successfully crowdfunded, you can have ongoing sales on IndieGo. So this is something that you might consider for your product if you qualify. So the 4 big campaigns of October 2017. The size range of these 4 was anywhere from $1.6 million to $7.1 million. The very important length of the videos used in the campaigns were all very close to the 3-minute milestone that a lot of people shoot for. The range was from 2 minutes and 54 seconds to 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So all very much right on that mark of the 3-minute video. The length of the campaigns ranged around the 30-day term, which is normally thought to be a good duration for one of these things. They range from 23 to 36 days. The reward amounts were from easy to handle 4 rewards up to 15, which is still quite reasonable amount of rewards. You want to give a choice to your backers. And they all provided a reasonable amount of updates, at least. They range from 5 to 56. It's hard for me to understand why you would need to have 56 updates, but they certainly were successful doing so. So the first campaign was Modius. This campaign was on the IndieGo platform. They raised $1.65 million through their campaign, so a very strong outing. The idea is an electronic device that you put on your head, and it helps you with dieting by stimulating a part of your brain that relates to your food consumption and hunger and so forth. So you put this thing on your head for 45 minutes a day and it helps you lose weight. Some of the things that they did is they had supplemental videos. You're not limited to 1 video. If you need 2 or 3 videos to explain what you're doing, go ahead. It's no problem. You can put in, as far as I know, as many videos as you want. On IndieGo platform campaigns, they have a thing for tech campaigns that you can have Aero electronic certification. This means that they've looked at your design, your product, thought about the challenges involved in mass producing the product, and basically give you a thumbs up. This is a great thing to do on high-tech campaigns because there's a lot of twists and turns, and you certainly don't want to put your hard-earned money into a campaign with an electronic device that can't work. And if you are the backer who's designing such a campaign, you want to know as early as possible that there's a problem with the manufacturer of your product. And as part of that, they are in the shipping stage, which means they have already mass produced the product. So then you know that all these issues have already been encountered and surmounted, so that as a backer or as a participant, you have a comfort level that everything is going to work smoothly. The next campaign is Power Up Dart. This is a very cool campaign, and the third in a sequence of these campaigns. They are paper airplanes that you attach a little electronics module and a propeller to, so they're powered paper airplanes that you control with your smartphone. They had 2 successful campaigns previously. This is their third, and what they're doing now is this is an acrobatic powered paper airplane that can do loops and barrel rolls and all this sort of thing. They raised a lot of money, pushing $2 million almost. And some of the things that they did to have success, other than just such a cool product that they had early bird pricing. This is a mechanism where you have a low price point for the first people to come in to support your campaign to drive some momentum. They also use the GIFs, these short videos with no audio that you see. They're just playing constantly. They had a press kit. If you think you might have a campaign that the press might take interest in, it's a good idea to have this. This way you can offer the press what they need through a link or a button on your campaign page without cluttering up the campaign for regular people that don't need all the press stuff. So it's a good idea to have a press kit if you think you might have that sort of a campaign. And they're offering a warranty. If you're comfortable with your product and you're willing to stand behind it, give a warranty. Tell the people that you're offering a warranty. It gives comfort to the buyer. This is in your interest to do so. This next campaign is really neat if you've ever been out camping and enjoyed a campfire at night, and you get smoke in your eyes and you kind of step away from the fire, and this happens again and again and again. This product by Biolight is sort of a smart campfire. If you look at the left side of the image, that is a battery pack that powers fans inside this structure that circulate the air in such a way that smoke is almost eliminated. So you can have the benefits of the fire, the sounds of the fire, the light, the warmth, without the smoke. And this battery pack that runs these little air jets to make the whole thing work can run for up to 24 hours on a charge. So really a very interesting idea. Their campaign was a big success. They raised over $2 million with the campaign. Some of the things that they did in their campaign is they had the GIFs, again, the short videos without audio, to show you some of the aspects of their product. They also had supplemental video, where they can add the audio component to explain what they're talking about, what's going on. Kickstarter a couple of months ago introduced a new live feature where you can have like a live event on Kickstarter where people can watch in real time a presentation, they can have questions and so forth. They did one of those at Kickstarter Live. And in addition to this product, they've been on Kickstarter before and had other Kickstarter projects. So they offered some packages that have this new product and some of their old products, and some other Kickstarter products that might be interesting for someone in terms of a camping perspective. So they had different packages that they made up to offer more than this main product that they're offering today. Collectively, certainly a big success. $2.5 million for Biolight. The biggest campaign of the month was the seventh continent. What goes up must come down. This was sort of a remake of a very successful game on Kickstarter that I think was 2 or 3 years ago. They offered their game. They were very successful with it, but it's an expensive game to make, and they're not planning to offer it through traditional retail channels. So there wasn't really any good way to get this game once the original Kickstarter had been fulfilled. So what they did is they're offering it again with some enhancements. And now there's a following because people have heard of the game. It's a very popular game and so forth. So they hit a home run, $7 million. Some of the things that they did with their campaign is they had 45 stretch goals. If you're new to the Kickstarter universe, Kickstarter is an all or nothing platform. If you don't reach your goal, you're not funded. So there's, a certain amount of pressure to set your goal as low as possible. But then you want to add, features to your campaign and continue to get more and more funding. So you do this via stretch goals. So let's say your main goal was 25,000. You can have a stretch goal that says if we reach 50,000, we'll add this feature to the product. So they had 45 different stretch goals, which sounds like an insane high number of stretch goals, I know, but games oftentimes have these very large numbers of stretch goals. Another thing they did is they had optional add-ons. You want to keep your unit price at a reasonable level. So you are offering what some people might describe as the minimum viable product. And one way to address this is through add-ons. Extra things you don't really need that the person can get if they want for an extra cost. So they use that. They also had testimonials from big people in the gaming business about how cool their game was. And they had a link to the whole campaign in French. So this campaign comes out of, I think it was Paris is where the people are from. So they thought they'd have a French following, so they wanted to make sure that the whole campaign was available in French. If you think your campaign has the potential to be of international interest or of interest to a lot of people that English is not their primary language for whatever reason, you can adjust this in various ways to handle different languages. It's something you should consider if you think it applies to you. So congrats to the people at Seventh Continent, $7 million. That's it for crowdfunding coverage about the month of October 2017. Hope you enjoyed our show, and we'll see you next time. Take care.